So now let me ask you this. I'm a first time buyer. I feel really good about my situation. I've saved up my down payment. I feel good that it's a good time for me to buy a home. I like the market. I know the market. I'm excited to go out and buy a home. What do I do to build my team?
Well, I would say the partner, most important partner to start with is going to be your realtor. Write down a list of questions, interview people. You want to find a person who's a good match,
Yep.
somebody with whom you can communicate, somebody who is really going to be willing to listen to you. Kind of reminds me of a time I was talking to somebody and I asked him, I said, I'm worried. Social media seems to be making communications a lot less meaningful.
Hmm.
What are you finding? And they just went,
Yeah.
they're going, what's that mean? They're like, they're going, oh, this is not a good conversation. We are not getting anywhere on this.
Yep.
So you need to find somebody with whom you're comfortable sharing your questions, your worries.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those pieces are so important. And then you're going to put with that person a lender. And they have to work as a team with you. The three of you together really are kind of like this stacked set of bowls. You have to work together to get things done. A lender can squirrel a transaction. A
Mm-hmm.
buyer can squirrel a transaction. A realtor can squirrel a transaction. And my job is to be kind of like the calm in the center of the hurricane because there's so much going on.
Mm-hmm. And you're very good at that.
Well, thank you. It's or a hub of a wheel, and so that's really what my role is. You want to find somebody who'll do that with you, and who can help lead you to the inspector, the surveyor, a lawyer, insurance agent, tradespeople. You've got all kinds of other folks who are likely to be brought in to help you out. Remember, caveat emptor. It's
Mm-hmm.
buyer beware. There are things you got to figure out. Is this property really a good fit? And so, yeah, you want a good team. That's what we didn't do.
Yeah.
And so I would really suggest that you don't follow my lead on that one. Choose a good team
I
and you
think you're
will be,
spot on.
yeah, makes a difference, Joe.
It does. It really does. So what about this? If I've picked out a team, I'm probably gonna have some questions, right?
Well, not only will you have questions, everybody else is going to have questions.
Mm-hmm.
I love this little kid. When you ask your parents a question and it turns into a lecture,
Yep.
right? Hey, expect some questions and suggestions. Well-meaning friends and family they're gonna butt in and they're gonna be helpful. My goal is to be a coach, so that's a different kind of role. I sometimes liken it to when I was pregnant. I have three kids, and when you get so that you're showing. And when you get close to full term, I mean, you're like out here. So there's no
Sure.
hiding it. It's very, very obvious to God and everybody that you are pregnant. People would come up and put their hand on my belly and say, oh, Beth, I have to tell you about this thing that happened to my whatever. And I would get the
Right.
most horrific stories about premature births and miscarriages and all kinds of
Oh,
problems. And I would just kind of go, oh, okay. And I learned you smile and you say, thank you for sharing. I
yeah.
so appreciate it. And then you write it down and you talk to your resource, your OB or midwife, or in this case, your realtor. Because are your parents buying with you?
Not likely.
But if they are, yeah, they're part of the equation, right? And if
Mm-hmm.
they aren't, then they don't have to be part of the equation.
That's right.
You get to communicate that. You got to figure it out for yourself and then communicate it with your realtor because
Yep.
everybody says it's a big deal to buy a house. They want to help you.
They're excited. Everybody's well-meaning. I love what you put here. There's going to be a lot of well-meaning family and friends, but sometimes just because they're well-meaning doesn't mean they're correct.
Oh, so many times they, oh, yeah, not helpful. Not
Yeah.
helpful.